Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. This is Market Today and I'm Sakshi Batra. Well, this is a show where we will help you understand the entire trade setup of how the markets are going to open today. What are the kind of strategies that you can follow? And of course, from a long-term perspective as well, how do you position yourself in the stock markets, the key stocks and the sectors that you need to follow? Now, as far as the first three sessions of 2024 go, the new year, we've seen the Indian markets have displayed lackluster trade, at least on the benchmark index level, with some correction coming in. And but you know, the broader markets are still strong. Mid caps also hit a record high even yesterday as well. And there is a lot of sectoral rotation taking place, turn by turn. A lot of sectors are coming and seeing some kind of buying action. Of course, a lot of cash stocks are in focus. Investors and traders are focusing on the small ticket stocks as well to keep the momentum alive. Now, as far as the Nifty is concerned, it is just 17 points away from a very critical level, that is 21,500. Remember, we've slipped below the 21,700, 21,600 in the last 2 to 3 sessions alone. Now, any dip towards or below this level, we'll have to see how the technical experts really advise you to move on the Nifty. Of course, it is the weekly expiry on the Nifty as well, so we will focus on that too. As far as the Nifty Bank is concerned, fourth day of declines coming in for the Nifty Bank. It's now 900 points below its record levels as well. But time to welcome our guest on the show to help you understand how to navigate the volatile times in the markets in the new year. I'm now joined by Mr. A.K. Prabhakar, who's the head of research at IDBI Capital. Good morning, Mr. Prabhakar, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Happy New Year to you. It's been a new year when, of course, there has been some cautiousness that's prevailing in the markets. At the higher levels, we're looking some profits being taken off the table as well. What is your own sense of how are the markets really going to go forward? We've had a stunning rally in 2023. What is your sense?
Good morning to you and to the viewers. Now, I think it is going to be a roller coaster ride in 2024. We have had 8 continuous years of return, and last year was one of the best, it's second best, I would say, with 20% return. Only Nifty gave 20%, but there are defense PSUs, there are railway PSUs, or many other companies which have given more than 100% return. So after a very good return year, I think some break will be there, but there will be a lot of opportunities. There are many underperforming sectors, and that will start to soon catch up because things are starting to improve on the bottom line and top line for them. So I think there are few selected sectors and stocks which will outperform the market, but one has to be very careful because valuation comfort is not there. But there are always opportunities in any market. So you have to find them and be there.
Absolutely. Mr. Prabhakar, where exactly should investors be focused on? You did see some of the underperforming sectors coming in forward. How are you going to be deploying fresh money? Which key trends that you're going to be focusing on? Top 2 or 3 themes that you would be focusing on in this new year?
Real estate gave good returns last year, but there are in that pack itself, there are very small real estate companies which have not done great in the last year. So, Ganesh Housing is one. where it is confined to only one locality, which is Ahmedabad, where Gift City is also there. And there are talks that Olympic village also, if they get an opportunity, this company is likely to benefit. So there, they have almost 500 acres of land, and they're building, the way they build their apartments or building is, compared to other companies, they are building it fast because they are using precast technology, where 8 to 12 months in advance they are able to complete. But the cost is slightly higher, but it is compensated by the timeline which they complete. So this is one. Kolte Patel is one more company where they have a huge pipeline. Almost 24,920 crores is a pipeline, and this year they are saying almost 8,000 crores will start function, and their pre-sale is very good. So for real estate, pre-sale is very important. Now they are guiding numbers. If that happens this quarter, then this stock can give us very good return in the next 3-5 years. So these are not something for 2024. It is for 2-3 years. Same way, chemical companies have been facing the heat of China supply. So there, I think the opportunity will start to emerge. So we like few companies there. Ami Organic is there. Deepak Fertilizer, Deepak Nitrate, SRF, or few companies in chemical space. Then even gold companies, I think Senco Gold is something we track, and that is looking good to us. Gokuldas export in textile. So more of a sector. We need to be more stock specific also.
Okay, stock specific action to continue. And from housing or the real estate space, you've chosen Ganesh Housing. Chemical space, Deepak Nitrite is your favored stock over here. So some of these small ticket items and stock specific action to continue in 2024. But in terms of the market cap as well, there is a lot of talk that perhaps 2024 could be a year of the large caps. Are you of the same thought process as well? After the stunning rally that we've seen of mid caps and small caps, are people likely to book out profits and now shift gears to large caps? Because even yesterday we saw the mid caps hitting record highs. So it's not that everybody is going away as of yet, but what is the sense that you can give our viewers today?
I think now that categorization will not happen too much. Yeah, wherever the fourth is there, those stocks and sectors might correct. But where value is emerging, people would like to buy, because now the opportunities in short term is disappearing. So you need to look at 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, where you need to know a lot of mechanisms to get invested. So you have to look at all opportunities. Let it be micro cap also you need to look at. We don't look at micro cap, but I'm saying mid cap, small cap, large cap, everything, wherever there is an opportunity. But if the growth is going to come and valuation is very attractive, then you have to be there.
Absolutely. Let me talk to you about a few stocks from, large cap space as well that have again come into focus. From the auto pack, I want to ask your views on Bajaj Auto, sir. Especially yesterday when there was this announcement that the company is considering a buyback on January 8, and how the company has talked about that they've had an excellent 2023 and may end financial year 2024 with a cash of 20,000 crores on the books as well. Bajaj Auto has previously also done a share buyback worth 2,500 crores in June of 2022 at a price of 4,600. We saw the prices surge to new all-time high levels after this announcement had come about, and the company is also talking about the biggest ever, share buyback from the company's end so far. How would you look at Bajaj Auto afresh, and what is the strategy that you would advise here to investors?
Yeah, we have not worked on the calculation what will be the buyback, but it is going to be huge. The policy is about 75% of the cash they hold. So if that is the case, almost nearing 15,000 crores is what they will be looking at. So that is a huge buyback, and it is creating a lot of wealth for investors. So, but I think it is already in the prices, and we need to wait. The upside would be limited from here, but we like Mahindra in the auto space. So that is one where valuation is very attractive. the valuation is what we are giving for Mahindra is only for the holding company. For the auto company, the valuation is still not penciled in. So I think here we feel 20-25% return in the next 12 to 15 months is possible.
Okay. As far as the buybacks are concerned, there are several more companies also going to be considering buybacks in this week itself. And I wanted to just pass on that information to all our viewers. Kaveri Seeds Board is meeting tomorrow, that's 5th of January, to consider a buyback offer. So you will hear from them. Bajaj Auto, you've already come to know. Chambal Fertilizers is another company that will be meeting on 8th of January, the same day as Bajaj Auto. And we can understand from them what kind of size can be there and what route will the companies be taking to raise this buyback as well, and whether there will be an opportunity for shareholders to participate. All of those informations coming in, so do keep an eye out on these three companies: Kaveri Seeds, Bajaj Auto, and Chambal Fertilizers right there. Apart from this, I also wanted to take your view, Mr. Prabhakar, on the Adani group of stocks. Yesterday, we've seen a closure on a 1 year long case. The Supreme Court has come out with the verdict on the Adani Hindenburg case. Yesterday, of course, the market cap of the whole group stocks crossed the 15 lakh crore rupees mark as well. At one point of time, it was 15.5 lakh crores when the intraday high levels were seen for all of these stocks. What is your thought process now? Is there a greater clarity, more assurance to all the investors who've been holding on to the stocks despite all the volatility? And what does the verdict now mean for future investors? Is it the right time to get into Adani stocks?
See, it is a huge group, so we need to take it case by case. So we are positive on ACC and Ambuja in that space, and we like Adani Port. Other group stocks we don't track, but yes, the Supreme Court verdicts paves way for more clarity, and I think that is positive for the group as a whole. But we need to take business on this simplest basis. Adani Port controls almost 40% or more than that across India. So that is something is an easy business for anyone to understand. So I think Adani Port or ACC Ambuja, where valuation comfort is there, is what we will suggest.
Okay, since you're talking about Adani Port, there is news flow as well. The company has said that it has now elevated its CEO, Karan Adani, to the role of managing director, a position which was held by chairman Gautam Adani so far as well. And Gautam Adani has been redesignated as the executive chairman of Adani Ports SEZ as well. So that stock will also be in focus among all the other stocks that will be in focus as well. We will wait for the stock markets to hit pre-open and tell us, of course, the GIFT Nifty trends were indicating a higher opening by about 33 odd points, even though the weakness in the Asian markets and the global markets persisted all of yesterday overnight trends as well. The Nifty right now showing a 0.5% of an increase at 21,642 odd levels currently. So there is a bump up of 120 points odd or so, but this is rather I wish that these levels were true, but these will settle down as far as the pre-opening trades are there, because the GIFT Nifty indicated 33 points of an upside, and we've also been seeing the markets drifting lower, somewhere around 21,500 odd or so, and you can now see sensible levels now coming in. You have 21,594 on the Nifty right now. So we will continue to keep a tab on how the pre-market opening action is panning out. But if I have to ask you top two or three stocks that you will be focusing on for a short to medium term, what would those be, Mr. Prabhakar?
No, I think DCB Bank is doing very good. The market cap is just for 4,800 crores, and they have a loan book of over 40,000 crores. So compared to a lot of small banks, this market cap is one of the smallest. So, and they have a better loan book. So I think DCB Bank is something for medium term one can look at it. CIE Auto is one more company where the full year result will be announced this December quarter. Quarter is the full year. So 12 months basis, it is trading at 15 times in my view. So I think that is one stock to watch out for, and the commentary is also very important. And it is a MNC company. It trades very attractive. current level.
Okay, fair enough. Let's get back to the pre-opening levels and see how the markets are trading at 21,590, currently 0.3% higher in trade as far as the Nifty is concerned. And of course, let's drill down deeper and look at some of the stocks. Let's look at Bajaj Finance, for example, amidst the business update that has come about. And let's see how that stock is really opening in trade. Bajaj Finance for you, 1.2% higher at 74.80 rupees. Is the stock price that's hovering at. And let's also look at some of the other stocks. LIC, let's look at that stock because it's got a GST demand of 667 odd crore rupees. So there could be a negative impact. Yes, there is. In the pre-opening trade, you can look at in 831 rupees level on LIC. That's down about 0.8% odd or so. Let's also look at Vedanta. There is news that Anil Agarwal owned Vedanta has received consent from bondholders to restructure 4 series of bonds. It said that in a statement. The consent ranges from 97% to nearly 100%. That's the news flow coming in. And right now you can see Vedanta slightly up in trade. I think it's about 270 rupees odd currently as far as the shares are concerned, 2.3% higher in trade. Let's also look at some of the other stocks. Of course, there are a lot of demand notices from GST that's going in, and LTI Mindtree is another stock that's received a tax demand of 206 odd crore rupees, inclusive of a penalty of 9 crore rupees. Of course, with the December deadline opening, of course, we are seeing some of these GST demand notices come into force. Let's also look at the other company, PFC. That's going to be in focus. So let's look at how that is going to shape up. Flattish trade on LTI Mindtree. That's the one that I was talking about. But PFC, the state-owned company, has inked a memorandum of understanding with the government of Gujarat, and this agreement has been signed in Gandhinagar that focuses on robust financial support amounting to 25,000 odd crore rupees. Just a percent uptick on this one as well. Let's also look at Tata Motors. It's on the top radar of JP Morgan, the brokerage house report. Remember, Tata Motors was the best performing stock of the Nifty in 2023, the only stock that doubled its value for investors in the year 2023. Despite all that surge, JP Morgan is super bullish on the Tata Motors stock even today. It's given an overweight rating. You can uptick right there, 798 rupees of target of the price coming in. The target price by JP Morgan has been raised to 925 rupees per share as well. So that's as far as Tata Motors is concerned. Let me take your view, Mr. Prabhakar, on Tata Motors as well. We did talk about Bajaj Auto. You talked about your preferred stock, M&M. How would you look at Tata Motors? It's already run up very, very sharply over several business announcements and, of course, the restructuring, the positive news flows from GLR. Everything has worked in favor for Tata Motors in 2023. And now with this report also coming in, do you still believe there is enough room for a fresh investor to take a pick in Tata Motors?
Yeah, I feel so. No, their total sales now is almost 3 lakh crore, and we hardly have 11 or 12 companies in India which clock that kind of revenue. So I think once their margin starts to come, it is going to be huge positive for Tata Motors. We are long-term positive on Tata Motors, but it is a very difficult business for normal people to understand because they are spread in almost all geographies. So calculating is very difficult, but it is worth holding on to Tata Motors.
Worth holding on to Tata Motors. Well, on that note, we'll take a very, very short break, Mr. Prabhakar. When we return, we will also be joined by our other guest, Rajesh Palwe, and we will discuss with both these guests what is the way forward in the markets for you. So stay tuned.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today.
Welcome back. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra. With me is Mr. A.K. Prabhakar, Head of Research at ITBI Capital. And now I'm joined by Rajesh Palvia, Head of Technical and Derivatives Research at Axis Securities as well. Good morning to you, Rajesh, and a Happy New Year to you as well. Tell us what is the sense that you have as far as the markets go? It's been a consolidation with dips coming in on the Nifty over the last three sessions or the first three sessions of 2024, if I may say. And, it's below the surface that all the action lies. But today is the Nifty expiry as well. What is the strategy that you'd be recommending on both Nifty and the Nifty Bank today?
Good morning, Sakshi, and wish you a very happy new year to you and BTTV family as well as the viewers of all Business Today TV. Looking at the overall scenario for market, almost we have seen 3-4 days corrective move, but still, if you look at the near-term, short-term structure of market, it's seems to be on the bullish side as we are holding the important support area of 21,500 on the Nifty spot. That is the important near-term put-based concentration for near-term traders. Even on the Bank Nifty front, we have defended the 47,500 important support area based on the put concentration for Bank Nifty also in the previous session. So looking at the both indices, both are holding the ground on the near-term structure also. Though long-term structure is very well placed on the bullish side, near-term, short-term are getting some bit of profit taking, but the sectorial rotation is taking place. Some of the defensive sectors are giving support to the market, and we believe that this bullish momentum is likely to continue further as market breadth are still on the bullish side. Mid cap, small caps are doing good. So we believe that 21,500 is intact till these levels are not broken on the downside. One should remain on the buying side of trade for near-term trading perspective. Once we crosses about 21,700, 750, then we might see short covering action in the market, and then Nifty can continue its upward trend which we have seen since last couple of months. For Bank Nifty, 48,100 is the important level on the higher side. Once we crosses those levels, then we can see a further more upside momentum in the Bank Nifty also towards 48,400 to 48,600. So buy on dip should be a strategy. Both indices are holding the important support area. So I think one should remain on the bullish side of the trade.
Fair enough. Your two top stock picks for today, Rajesh, what would those be?
So I think our first stock is from pharma space. Whole pharma space is doing good, and I think one should look at to buy Sun Pharma. This stock is looking promising, and we believe that Sun Pharma can continue furthermore upside. 1340, 1350 could be the near-term target. Keep stop loss of 1255. The second stock is from the banking space, that is Bandhan Bank. Very strong buying action in the last couple of trading session. And looking at the overall structure for Bandhan Bank, now stock is poised for giving a breakout of its previous swing high of December. So I think if any follow-up buying action comes about 255, 256, then Bandhan Bank is a stock where we can see a target of 270, 75 on the higher side. So one can buy this stock with stop loss of 242.
All right, Sun Pharma, Bandhan Bank, two stock ideas coming in from Rajesh right there. Since you talked about the banking space and even Mr. Prabhakar, who's with us, also had DCB Bank as one of his preferred picks. So focus perhaps shifting to the banking and the finance majors as well. I'll take your view on Bajaj Finance. Why? Because the company has come out with its report on assets under management growing 35%. For the first time crossing the 3 lakh crore rupees mark. A very, very strong business update coming in from Bajaj Finance, indicating a very strong festive period for the company as well. In the pre-opening trade, it's up by 2.4%. What would you do here?
So I think whole banking and financial space are doing good, and we believe that this sector is likely to perform well in the coming months also. So Bajaj Finance was underperforming, stock was consolidating, but looking at the near-term, short-term structure, stock is holding its important support area of 7,300, 72, 80 kind of level. That is important support area for near-term to short-term perspective. till these levels are intact, there is a high possibility that stock may give a pullback action towards 74.50, 7500. Once we crosses above 7500, then there is a possible upside rally we can see towards 7800 also in the short period of time. So I think one can look to buy this stock with stop loss of 7300. Upside target is 7450, followed by 7550, 7600.
Okay, that's as far as Bajaj Finance and the view is concerned after the business update. One more stock I will take with you, Rajesh, that's in focus right now in the pre-opening space. It's showing a sharp momentum as well. Torrent Power, that's the stock that we are looking at. The company has signed 4 memorandum of understandings worth 47,350 odd crore rupees with the government of Gujarat. A super bullish, momentum that has picked up after this news flow. 1,005 as the current level. Rajesh, should one chase the momentum here? A very positive news flow coming in for the company.
Definitely, as stock is showing sustained buying action across all time frame, stock is making series of higher top, higher bottom formation, and stock is outperforming stock from that sector. Uh, if stocks open above 1000 level, then there is a breakout of flag of formation on the weekly chart. That clearly shows that above 1000 level, this stock can continue furthermore upside, and I think that will be again all time high trajectory we can see for the Torrent Power. And then in on a positional basis, we expect that this rally can extend towards 1150, 1200 kind of zone also. So buy on dips is a strategy for this stock because this is a very strong technical setup across all time frame for Torrent Power. So I think our view is on the bullish side. One should remain invested above 1000. We can see furthermore extension of rally towards 1100 to 1200 kind of zone on a positional basis.
Fair enough. Mr. Prabhakar, your view on Torrent Power? The entire power space has been a buzzing theme all across 2023. Do you think this stock could be showing momentum now? We've seen NTPC's, Power Grids of the world, Coal Indias of the world perform in 2023. Is it now turn of these lower rung companies to also perform now?
Yeah, the kind of agreement they have signed with Gujarat government, it is likely to be positive, but we need to take a 2-3 years view, not a short-term view on foreign power. Even Tata Power is something we like.
Okay, yeah, Tata Power is also that something you like. What about IEX, Mr. Prabhakar? That's one stock that has faced both negative news flows in 2023 as well. They've seen an impact of those as well. But the stock did see some momentum build up. The company's Q3 overall volume update has come in up about 17 odd % on a year-on-year basis. What would you say on IEX, 166 rupees currently?
IEX is a bit expensive stock for me. So no, I would, and the competition, previously they didn't have a competitor. Now they have about 2 competitors there. So I would give a pass there.
Okay, fair enough. Rajesh, do you have a view on IEX?
Though we have seen a very strong run up in the stock in last couple of week, and looking at the overall structure, stock managed to give breakout above 160 zone. That is important level now for near term
Right.
structure. I think stock is now in pain period for FnO segment.
Sure.
So 160 is the important level. If it's hold those level, then I think this positive momentum is likely to continue. Once the stock
Okay.
crosses above 175, next target is 190.
Perfect. The markets have opened 21,583 currently, 0.3% of an uptick, 65 points of an uptick for the Nifty. The Nifty Bank opening with gains of 0.2% at 47,801 as well. Let's look at some of the stocks. The Nifty gainers include both the Bajaj twins, Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance, all up by 1.5 to 2 odd %. Infosys is up 1,509 currently, 1.3% higher in trade. Adani Ports, that's the one that's ticking higher even today. Adani Enterprises, second day in a row, the Adani Group stocks in focus, 0.8% higher for Adani Enterprises, 3,027 currently. Let's look at the banking gainers. Federal Bank up 0.8%. PNB up 0.6%, ICICI Bank 0.3% higher, Axis Bank up 0.3% higher, IndusInd Bank 0.3% higher at 1,605. Even IndusInd Bank had come out with an update. Record high levels for the Nifty Midcap 100 Index again, 46,859 currently, about 0.2% of an uptick that can be seen 0.7% of an uptick that can be seen on the Nifty Midcap 100 index as well. Let's look at the advanced decline ratios. Very, very strong. NSE advances 2258 stocks in the green versus 335 stocks in the red as well. Bandhan Bank, you were talking about it, 0.7% of an uptick for Bandhan Bank, a pick by Rajesh Palvia. Let's look at Angel One. That's ticking higher, 2.5% up in trade. Torrent Power, let's look at that stock again. 6% higher at 999 currently in trade. We just talked about this one. Oil and gas space, ONGC up by 0.6% in trade right now. Some of the other gainers include Tata Consumer Products from the consumption basket that's showing some upticks coming in on the Nifty pack as well. From the IT spaces, of course, it's Infosys, it's Wipro, that's all moving up in trade. All the three big heavyweight banking majors, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, all up into the green as well. Rajesh, your first take on the market opening.
I think market have taken the support as we mentioned in opening commentary, and looking at the again pullback action. I think this momentum can extend further. I think on the Bank Nifty we are almost now trading around 47,850 kind of zone on a spot. Now if any follow up buying comes in the Bank Nifty, and if we crosses 47,900 kind of level on the Nifty spot, then I think there would be short covering we can witness in the Bank Nifty. And on the Nifty, yes, 21,600, 630 is the immediate supply zone. If we crosses those levels, then I think follow-up buying we can see towards the second half also, and we can see further more uptick. I think banking financials are doing good, so I think one should keep focus on the banking and financial. A lot of PSU banks are also showing good traction, and I think from banking space, I think one should look at the ICICI Bank as well as the IndusInd Bank on the private sector. I think these two banks are showing good traction after this opening. So ICICI Bank and IndusInd Bank is on our radar. We can initiate buy trade on IndusInd Bank with stop loss of 1570, upside target 1645, 1650. And for ICICI Bank, again, one can look to buy for upside target of 1020, 1030 with stop loss of 970.
Okay, IndusInd Bank is also on top of the radar of brokerage houses, viewers. So keep an eye out on IndusInd Bank. Morgan Stanley has maintained an overweight rating on IndusInd Bank with an 1850 rupees kind of a target. And we also have Jefferies that's now given a buy on the company with a target price of 2070. So strong upside is what they see on IndusInd Bank. So we'll keep a tab on this stock also even going forward. On Bajaj Finance, Mr. Prabhakar, I will take your view here. Of course, the stock is up by 3.5% after that business update. We are seeing a strong momentum build up. Morgan Stanley, after this report, has come out with a very positive report on Bajaj Finance. Overweight rating, target price at 10,000 coming in on a Bajaj Finance. Your thoughts, sir, now?
No, they have grown at 35%, but we need one more quarter of 30% growth. Now, levels are not sustainable. So I would wait in Bajaj Finance because it is not a cheap stock. It is a bit expensive. So I think there are stocks where valuation comforts are there. I will get there. But yeah, whoever is holding on to Bajaj Finance, they can hold on. But fresh buy, I would not suggest.
Fresh buying you would not suggest at this point in time. Mr. Prabhakar, you were also talking about the underperforming sectors, perhaps look at some buying coming in 2024. One of the sectors, of course, you've talked about the banking names and you've taken your preferred pick there. The other sector that underperformed in 2023 was the IT sector. Now, JP Morgan has come out with its report on the entire IT space. On several stocks they have given their positive rating. On Infosys, they have an overweight 1800 target. On LTTS, they have a 5800 rupees target with an overweight on the company again. TCS, they have raised the target price to 3700, upgraded the stock to neutral now. HCL Tech, they've upgraded to neutral again, raised the target price to 1520. Persistent, they are positive on 7,000 kind of a target coming in. JP Morgan has also raised the target price on Emphasis, for example, 2,700 of a target price coming in. What is your own sense of the IT sector as a whole? How is that likely to pan out? How would you approach both the large cap, the bellwether IT names versus the mid cap IT names that were better performers in 2023?
I think we will have result season starting in the next 1-2 weeks. So it is going to be a disappointing result season for IT. So there might be a good correction in IT sector, and that will be the best time to buy this segment. So we are positive on the stock, but it is for 2-3 years time frame. So I think Tech Mahindra, LTI, LTTS, even Zensar Technology are few picks from our side, and we feel for somebody looking at 2 years, now IT sector is a very good buy, and a correction would be an opportunity to buy that sector.
Okay, correction would be an opportunity to buy the sector. Mr. Palvia, any particular picks that you would look at from the IT pack that looks strong on charts?
I think we should wait as we are going to have numbers shortly for most of the IT companies. TCS and Infosys are going to declare their numbers. But yes, mid cap IT is the space where we still feel that traction is likely to be there on the bullish side, and our preferred pick would be LTTS on the mid cap IT space, and we believe that LTTS can do well as stock is showing good strength on the near term, short term structure. Already breakout is there on the weekly chart, and looking at that breakout, our positional target for this stock is towards 5500 to 5600. So I think LTTS is one stock where we are focusing at this moment on the mid cap IT. Buy on dip should be your strategy. Your stop loss should be at around 5150. And another stock that we like from that space is Coforge. There is a corrective move, but still, if we analyze the overall structure for Coforge, again, stock is now trading near to its important support area of 5895. That is important support area on the downside. If it's hold those level 5890, then I think possibly we can see a pullback towards 6100 to 6200 in very short period of time. So I think buy on dip should be your strategy in Coforge also.
Fair enough. Let's look at some of the sectoral moves now, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's the IT which is actually trading down today, but the rest of the sectors, they are still picking up pace. Realty is one sector that Mr. Prabhakar was mentioning, and we are still seeing an uptick of 1.2% higher on this sector. PSU banks are looking positive again, over a percent uptick for this one. Also looking at gains in the pharma pack, 0.6% higher in trade today. Healthcare pack, 0.5% up in trade. Consumer durables and oil and gas. These are the other sectors that are still holding up in trade session today as well. Okay, let me just ask you on the realty pack, Mr. Prabhakar, first to you, because you talked about this sector. We've seen stunning run-up come in on several small ticket stocks like Sobha Developers yesterday, also a double-digit return coming in. A lot of brokerage houses positive on, say, Lodha, Prestige Estates, the smaller ticket stocks. Which are the top 2 or 3 stocks that you would be bullish on from the realty pack now?
Yeah, no, we like Shobha, Loda. No, we even like Kolte Patel, Ashiana Housing. So, no, Ganesh Housing is what we discussed in the starting. So, no, we like whole of this space, and we need to understand whenever our economy has transformed from 2 trillion to 5 trillion and next to 8 trillion, real estate is the segment which is outperformed. We just have 3 economies which have done. So, Japan had it in 1980s, and the US in 90s and 2000. So we had the after effect of that, and China recently. So every time my economy grows that extent, the real estate is going to be the outperformer. And after RERA getting introduced, the deliverables have improved to 86%. So that is very important. And we from unorganized, this segment has become organized. So I think multi-bagger returns are going to come in real estate if we are looking at 5 to 7 years.
Okay, fair enough. Let's look at all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. So Sobha is definitely very, very sharply moving higher. About 5% of a move can be seen on that one. Brigade Enterprises about 4% higher. Prestige 3% up in trade. Lodha Developers about 3% higher. Mahindra Life Sciences again. Mahindra Life also moving up in trade. DLF is up by 2% up in trade as well. Purvankara, that's the one that's moving up. Godrej Properties, another stock pick of one of our top guests in this week alone. alone. We've seen 1.5% higher for this one. I think Vaishali Parekh brought this about. Phoenix is another stock that's also coming in higher in trade. So it's clearly the entire real estate pack that's buzzing. Mr. Palvia, the top or the strongest stock on charts from the real estate pack for you?
I think from that space, DLF is our preferred choice on the FnO space. That DLF is doing good. Sustained buying action is taking place in the stock, and the kind of data setup which we are observing since last couple of series, we believe that DLF can do well in the coming months also, and possibly we can see a target towards 800, 850 on the high side. So one can deploy buy on dips strategy in DLF. Another stock, as you mentioned about, that is Shobha, is also looking promising. Very strong buying action. Rounding bottom formation is taking place on the weekly chart on the long-term structure. So looking at the overall structure for Shobha developer, we believe that this stock can also scale up to the next target of 1400 to 1500 and on a positional basis. So one can deploy buy on dips strategy also in Shobha developer. That stock is also looking promising. One can keep their stop loss at around 1050 to hold a long position. So I think the whole real estate space basket is also showing good traction. So we believe that momentum is likely to continue for most of the stocks. Even Prestige is also looking promising. Macro tech developer like Loda is also looking promising. So I think one should look at the whole basket at this moment, and we believe that on a positional basis also, this space can do well in the coming months.
Sure. Sure. Mr. Prabhakar, let me bring you in the conversation. Of course, real estate is something that you've talked about. We're also talking about several underperforming sectors that make find flavor in 2024. But the sectors that really outperformed in 2023 is what I want to ask you about, as to what will happen now to those sectors. I'm talking about specifically the PSU sectors. Now, within the PSU basket, we've seen a subsector like defense move up very, very sharply. We've talked about the power space. Railways move up very, very sharply again. PSU banks finding a lot of flavor. How do you look at these outperformers of 2023 panning out in the new year?
No, there again, we need to be stock specific, because execution is the most important thing. Where in defense, still there are few stocks. If it corrects 10 to 15%, it will be an opportunity to buy. To name a few, I think the shipping companies like Cochin Shipyard, Mazagon Dock, or GRSC, if they correct 10 to 15%, it becomes an opportunity, and long-term platform is very good for them. And Cochin Shipyard, many of their units have started whatever expansion they have planned. So there we are very positive. In railways, the run-up has been too steep, so we will wait. But we need to understand, even after this kind of rally, there can be more steam left. But valuation comfort for somebody entering new is not there. But if you take PSU Bank, I think PSU banks have not rallied. Many of the banks are trading below one-time book, and their loan growth is also very good. Yesterday, Maharashtra Bank came with their provisional numbers where their growth is almost 20%. Now, even in this market, if they are able to grow at 20%, I think one has to have a view there. We like even Union Bank, Bank of Baroda Bank. Now, NMDC is our light stock, which trades at 10 times trailing EPS, and with almost 6,000 crores profit which they can generate this year, they have increased the price. I think NMDC can now target 70 to 80 very soon. So I think there are always opportunity. GAIL is one more we like, and MGL is one more company we like. MGL trades at 10 times trailing EPS. So I think MGL offers very good value for investors, and this is the most disliked sector of 2023. MGL and IGL. I don't think we will lose money by betting on this sector.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you so much, Mr. Prabhakar, for sharing all your valuable views with all our viewers. Once again, a happy new year to you, to your team, and to your loved ones as well. And we hope this year turns out to be an extremely good year for the entire community that you work for. That's the stock markets and the investors community as well. Many thanks for being with us. What we'll do is that we'll take a very, very short break. When we return, we will discuss more stock ideas with Rajesh Palvia. Stay tuned.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today.
Welcome back. You're watching Business Today Television. This is Market Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and with me right now is Rajesh Palvia, our expert from Axis Securities. Rajesh, from the PSU basket that we were discussing before we head into the break, what are you really liking? Is it the PSU banks that you would focus your energies on? Is it the railways pack that give you more promise right now? Because we've been seeing a slew of order flow coming in on that pack as well. How would you be really focusing your energies now?
Theme where one should focus at this moment, because a lot of traction is going on in PSU space, a lot of revival activities taking place in terms of business, in terms of profitability of whole this PSU space. And I think yes, we can look at to buy PSU bank as well as the power stocks, the railway stocks. These all stocks are looking bullish on near-term, short-term structure as well as on the long-term structure. And we do believe that yes, PSU basket can continue furthermore upside in going forward, as overall structure for market is on the bullish side, and we are optimistic for the year 2024 also. And we believe that market momentum is likely to continue further higher from here onwards. Maybe some volatility would be there, but yes, one should look to always deploy their investment in PSU basket. From PSU Bank, we like Canara Bank, Bank of India, PNB Bank, and Bank of Baroda. These four banks are our preferred choice on the this PSU from the banking space. From railway stocks, IRFC is looking promising. One can deploy their investment in this stock. Overall structure is bullish, and we believe that IRFC can continue furthermore upside towards 140, 145 kind of level in the positional basis. So one can buy and accumulate this stock with stop loss of 80 rupees. Another stock from the energy as well as from the power space that we like, NTPC as well as ONGC. These two stocks are also looking promising, very strong run up we have already seen in NTPC. And I think looking at the long term structure, we believe that NTPC can continue furthermore outperformance. 360, 380 could be the next target on a positional basis. So one can buy this stock with stop loss of 280. ONGC is also looking promising. Even one can look to buy OMC stocks also from the PSU
Right.
space. So Hind Petro is one stock where we are bullish, and we believe Hind Petro as well as BPCL, these two stocks can also do well in the coming month. And one can buy and accumulate this stock. For BPCL, we are projecting target of 540, 560 on a positional basis. Buy on dip should be your strategy. 415 should be your stop loss. For Hind Petro, again, it's a buy in the decline. Your stop loss should be at around 380, and upside target we expect around 480, 500 kind of.
Fair enough. So that's a long list of stocks that you can focus on from the PSU basket, whether it's from the oil and gas space, the railways pack, as well as the PSU banking space as well. But Rajesh, anything that from the FnO space that catches your fancy as of now? Anything that you'd like to highlight? Any stocks?
So I think as we spoke about real estate space, so DLF, Oberoi Realty, Godrej Property, these three stocks are doing good. So I think our preferred choice is DLF. So from trading perspective, one can look to buy this DLF at this moment also. We believe that, for trading perspective also, this stock is looking promising. 755, 760 is the next target on the stock. Keep your stop loss at around 720. The another stock we have already discussed, that is Bajaj Finance. Now, if we shift focus to other sector, I think one can look to buy Reliance Industry also. This stock
Okay.
is also exhibiting good traction in terms of buying, and looking at the buying interest after the today's opening. We believe that, as stock has already shown some bit of corrective move, but stock is very well holding its important support area of 7570. That is important level for trading perspective. If it's hold those level, then possibly again Reliance Industry can continue upside momentum towards 2640, 2650. So keep your stop loss at 2565 and hold your long position for upside target of 2630, 2640.
Okay. I'll ask you about one more space and then you can talk about some more stock ideas as well. The fertilizers and the chemical space. This space has started to buzz again, with especially the specialty chemical space starting the momentum very, very recently and picking up very, very sharp pace as well. I think Mr. Prabhakar had Deepak Nitrite as one of his top picks from the space as well. How are you looking at the momentum build up in the entire fertilizer and chemicals pack? Stocks like Chambal Fertilizers, Fact, RCF, for example. How would you look at these? And separately from the chemical space, if any topic you can share. So two spaces.
Yeah, definitely. There was underperformance in most of the chemical stocks. Still, the most of the stocks are, struggling to cross their consolidation range. But some of the stocks like RT Industry that has already given a breakout of its, consolidation, and there is a trend reversal kind of signal is already there for RT Industry. So I think RT Industry one can look to buy for positional perspective. Another stock from, cash segment, that is Mosil, is also looking promising. Very strong buying action in last couple of weeks. Stock managed to view breakout of its a long consolidation of almost 8 to 12 months. So this stock may also continue furthermore upside from this space. From FnO space, yes, one can look at to buy this Deepak Nitrite also. Stock now is poised to giving breakout on the near term as well as on the short term structure. So Deepak Nitrite, if it's a crosses about 2500, then possibly this stock can show good run up towards 2650, 2700 kind of zone. So Deepak Nitrite, one can look to buy with stop loss of 2390. Buy and accumulate is the strategy. Definitely, fertilizer space is looking very promising, and most of the stocks have done well. Fertilizer space, our preferred choice would be RCF. Very strong breakout on the monthly as well as on the weekly chart. And looking at the breakout, we believe that this stock can exhibit good uptick in the coming months. Upside target we are projecting towards 200 to 220. So buy and accumulate is the strategy for RCF. From FnO space, yes, one can look at to buy Chambal also. As a whole, fertilizer space is looking promising. I think in coming month we can see good traction in most of the fertilizer space. So Chambal is also looking promising. We believe that if stocks continues to hold about 375, 380 kind of zone, then possibly we can see upward momentum towards 420 to 430 in the continuation of this pullback. So one can look to buy this stock also. GNFC is also looking very promising, very strong chart structure. Even on the derivative data front, also series on series, there is a good long built up kind of setup is already there. So GNFC can also exhibit good uptick and possibly we can see a target towards 840 to 860 on the higher side with stop loss of 760.
Okay, it's 9:40, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the markets again. It's important to touch base. The Nifty is back above 21,600. It's 88 points higher in trade. That's a 0.41% uptick coming in. So the dips clearly are being bought into as far as the morning trade is concerned. Even sectorally, the losses are converted into positives now. Barring the media sector, I think all the sectors have turned into the green, with the realty space sharply higher. 3.2% uptick coming in on the Nifty Realty. It is the strongest moving sector this morning. And of course, buying now coming in on financial services. Of course, some of it has to do with the Bajaj twins and the buying action that's coming in there. The Nifty Bank is at 47,881.4% higher in trade. The IT stocks that were trading down have also turned into the green, buying coming in on some of the packs over there too. So the sectoral action has turned positive. Private banks, PSU banks, all in the positive zone. Consumer durables, slight action in the positive side. The gains are not too much. It's the realty space that's hogging all the limelight. It's turning out to be a realty day as well as far as the markets are concerned. In terms of the broader markets, the small caps are the ones that are outperforming over a percent higher for the Nifty Small Cap 50 index. And when we talk about the Nifty Mid Cap 150 index, that's up by 0.8% as well. So some of the action coming in on the broader market front as well. Let's look at Mid Cap 100 space, 0.9% higher in trade. Torrent Power is the top mover. A very, very sharp move. 8.4% of an up move. Now 1005 coming in on Torrent Power. Prestige Estates, Lodha Developers follows. You have BDL as well. That's up by almost 3.5-4%. Max Healthcare. PFC is now moving up 2.5% higher. Oberoi Realty up in trade. Poonawalla FinCorp, we had caught this yesterday also. REC, Concor, Godrej Properties. These are the stocks that are moving up. Even some of the defense majors like Masdog, BDL, they are moving up in trade. We also have IRFC. We discussed the the railway space as well. Some of these stocks are also moving up in pace. One more space. Okay, let's talk about the realty space itself because that's the one that's buzzing. Rajesh, could you bring us, some of the top 2 or 3 stock ideas from the real estate pack that investors can focus on?
So I think we have discussed a lot on most of the stocks. I think if you want to for some short-term, medium-term investment perspective, I think Buddha is looking very promising. Macrotech developer. I think this stock can do well. 1200 to 1300 is the short-term target for this stock. Buy on dip should be your strategy. 980 should be your stop loss to buy. From FnO space, DLF is our preferred choice, but yes, one can look to buy Godrej Industry also. That stock, Godrej Property also. That stock is also doing good. Very strong recovery since last couple of months, and very on the daily chart there is a breakout already there. Stock managed to view breakout of its previous swing high. So I think Godrej Property can continue furthermore upside in the this current series also. For upside target, one can buy this stock for upside target of 2250, 22. Keep your stop loss around 2065.
Okay, keep your stop losses also intact right there. And with that, Rajesh, many thanks for being with us on the show as well and sharing such wonderful stock ideas. It's always a pleasure speaking to you and getting all these stock ideas. And Happy New Year once again to you, to your team, and to your family members as well.
Happy New Year.
All right, and with that, we will begin to wrap up the markets. Good day panning out so far on the Nifty expiry, but brace yourselves because it is the expiry session, so there could be volatile space coming in the second half of the trading action. 21,614 currently on the Nifty for you, 0.5% higher in trade. The Nifty Bank, 0.4% up, 47,900 currently shaping up on the Nifty Bank as well. On the Nifty, what are the top gainers? Let's look at the top gainers. Bajaj Finance at, we can see currently 77.05 and a percent hike of 4.3. NTPC, Bajaj Finserv, Tata Motors, Power Grid, Tata Consumer Products. You have Tata stocks that are in focus. You have Bajaj twins in focus. You have the power names in focus. Adani stocks in focus. Adani ports up by 1.5% order. So as far as the top movers on the Nifty is concerned. Now, when we talk about the sectoral action, it's the real estate space. Clearly, that's hogging all the limelight. And of course, apart from this, it's the financial services space that's also seeing some sharp action coming through. FMCG also seeing some buying happening in trade today as well. All right, with that, we will wrap up this special edition. And we will continue to focus on the market moves for you. So do stay tuned on to Business Today television as we look at what is really making money in the stock markets and, update you with all of that, with all the expert views as well. Many thanks for tuning in onto this special edition.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today.
In what has come in as a huge relief for Gautam Adani and the Adani Group, the Supreme Court has finally pronounced the verdict in the Adani Hindenburg case today. The Supreme Court has rejected key demands of the petitioners that the probe into the case be transferred to CBI or to NSIT. Supreme